Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be playing around with the new WINKY LUX Bellini palette. This is my first time ever using a WINKY LUX palette, but I've been eyeing this palette forever and finally decided to get it. I wanted to show you the box that they sent it to me in real quick. This is just so cute. It has the flowers on the inside, and in the inside of the top of the lid of the box, it says, "But first makeup." I thought that was just so cute and just absolutely adorable. This is a box the palette came in, so this is just the empty box. There's nothing actually in it, but I love all the attention to detail that they put into this. The peaches, the orange and coral, I just absolutely love this. This is what the actual palette looks like. It's kind of small, but the packaging is really nice. It feels luxurious. It's not cheap. There's a pretty decent amount of weight on it. My only issue is this top being white. You know, my concern would be that it would get dirty kind of easily, but other than that, the packaging is really nice. And you open it, this is what the color story is. This is really peachy, kind of a corally look to it. You guys know I love a peachy coral color story. So when I first saw this, I absolutely fell in love with it. I've heard of WINKY LUX. I think they pop up a lot in BoxyCharm boxes, and I've heard that their formula is really nice. I paid $25 for this palette, which is a little bit more than I would normally pay for a 5-pan palette, but like I said, I've been wanting to give WINKY LUX a try. Let's go ahead and do some swatches real quick. They're only 5 shades, so it won't take very long. Okay, so we're going to go from like here to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They feel decently smooth in the pan, but let's see what they look like on the skin. This is that first shade, which is kind of a shimmer. Ooh, that's pretty. These are kind of sheer to medium in tone, so they may be a little bit hard to see right away. They don't look like they have a whole lot of pigment in them, but they're really pretty in the pan. Let me see if I can get a little bit more going on this one. Yeah, this one is kind of like a shimmer matte too. Let's see if we can build that up a little bit. That's pretty. There only appears to be one actual matte in it, and that's like the 4th shade. There are no shade names, so, but this one right here, which is kind of the 4th one across, that one appears to be like the only actual matte in the palette. And then we're gonna do this very last shade right here. It's got a decent amount of pigment. That's pretty. It's kind of like a bronzy caramel kind of matte shimmer. So let's go ahead and do an eye look real quick. Priming my eyelids with my Juvia's Place. I've already done my face product. So I've done my blush, highlighter, all that jazz. Everything on my face will be in the description box below as always. I'm going to take kind of this middle tone peachy shade. Oh, see, there's a decent amount of pigment on the brush. I wasn't seeing a whole lot of pigment in the swatch, but I'm getting a decent amount on my brush, so let's see what happens on the eyelids. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That is pretty. There's one thing that we all know when it comes to swatching shadows is that the way that it swatches and shook my table there, and a finger swatch may not necessarily be how it will look on your actual eyelid. This has just a slight amount of shimmer to it, but it's pretty. I'm liking that. You guys know normally I'm all about just matte shadows and then using a little bit of shimmer here, like sort of here, or like in the inner corner. But so far, these shadows are performing very well. I kind of want to play with as many of them as possible, so I'm going to go ahead and go into this one, which is kind of a more peachy shimmer. The one thing I would say is that there's a lot of fallout. It's a decent amount of pigment on the brush there too. I'm going to lay that in here. This one is a little bit more matte than that first shade that I laid down. Still has a slight bit of shimmer to it, but not as much. Am I getting any kind of fallout? Nope, no fallout. Now we're going to go into the very peachy coral matte here. One thing that I will say is that looking at this palette in person compared to how it actually looked in the pictures, it's a little more pink, so it's a little more cool and less warm. It's not as coral and peachy as I thought it was going to be, so I am a little bit disappointed where that's concerned. It's like in person, the color story just looks slightly different. It's still pretty, but it's just not exactly what I was hoping it was going to be. Now we're going to go into the kind of a bronzy shade here. I'm going to put that on the outer corner. And then we're going to finish off with that light shimmer in the inner corner. All the shadows in this palette performed really, really well. This would be like a really good, like everyday palette. Like if you're just looking for something small to grab, just to kind of throw together, just a really quick, natural look, this palette would be a good one to do that with. Now I'm going to take a little pencil brush here, and we're just going to go into that last little shimmer shade. I've managed to put all 5 shades on my eyelids, and we're just going to highlight the inner corner real quick. This shade, it's a little more powdery, and it doesn't have as much and shine to it as I was hoping it would. See, when you look in the palette, there is a lot of chunky fallout with this particular shade. Whew. And it's just not as shiny as I was hoping it would be. I'm going to throw in some lashes, some liner, and some lips, and then we'll come back and we'll do some final thoughts. Let's do some final thoughts. First of all, do I think this palette was worth $25? No, I think that was a bit pricey. The packaging is nice. The formula is okay. I have Colourpop shadows that actually performed better than these. The mattes are okay. I didn't like the shimmer. The shimmer was kind of chunky and didn't really have much shine to it really at all. And like I said, the color story was a little disappointing. It looked much more coral and peachy in the actual pictures that I saw on their website. When I got it in person, it looked more pink. So I kind of felt like the pictures were not accurate color story wise to what it actually looked like. So that was disappointing. It's a pretty everyday palette. But like I said, I don't think that it was really worth the price. It looks pretty on the eyelids. I have no complaints about that. But would I buy another Winky Lux palette? If they were on sale, yes. Full price $25 though? Probably not. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you hit subscribe and join my little family. And if you want to be notified of any future videos, make sure that you tap the notification bell down there on the bottom. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.